Hello traders, today is Wednesday, November 13th, 2024. I'm gonna go over 10 different names today. As per usual, keep in mind this content is not financial advice. This is for educational purposes only. We are gonna start with AFRM. And interesting day actually today. Let me zoom in a little bit and we're gonna do a couple of things. At least for now, I don't think I need that level. I'm gonna keep this gap here. But anyways, we were down almost 5% today. Let's go to the 5 minutes so we can actually have a better picture of what happened during the trading session. So you were basically went down towards that 325 SMA. You had a rebound over the 200 SMA, over the 35 SMA, and then you just continue going down right after that. Anyways, personally, I think I kind of welcome this kind of move. Now you're also under 55.6, which was your support level. Don't be surprised, and you might go actually down towards 50 or maybe even towards 47.8. I'm starting to see a little bit of exhaustion from the last week and a half or so since the election results, and it looks like investors are either taking profits or money is being allocated into other places. Also, we had CPI today, which was for the most part flat. There was nothing really surprising. And however, we have PPI tomorrow, and I think that's gonna be a bigger catalyst that CPI at this point. Anyways, what you should keep in mind is just this level right here, which is 55.6 or 55.5 or 55.6, and you also have this other level right here at 51. But again, don't be surprised, and maybe by next week we might be going towards 47.5 or so. Now, another thing to keep in mind, this stock has been moving quite in a very volatile way. Nothing too surprising there, but which means that you can also have another big push to the upside and go over 60. But at least for now, it looks a little bit more like we're going towards 51.8 and maybe towards lower levels such as 47.8. So that's what I have, what I'm looking or what I'm seeing for AFRM right now. Let's take a look at AMD, and I think what I had been showing, I guess, since Saturday and yesterday as well is invalidated. So I don't believe this is going to happen. Now, I've seen people drawing all kinds of stuff like head and shoulders, and to be honest, I think this is going to continue going down. As I said yesterday, if we didn't have a green candle today, this is going down towards 134, and then maybe there we can actually think about a rebound on that level. If we break 134, I really don't have anything consistent maybe until this level right here. Yeah, probably this level right here, which is 124. We'll see how we behave, but now you're solid under 325 SMA, which it tells me that we're definitely going to continue towards 134. The sector is been looking a little bit weak. I don't know. Let me take a look at, let me take a look at something really quick. I just want to see NVIDIA, because I haven't followed NVIDIA in a bit, and no. Okay, never mind. So NVIDIA is kind of flat, but I was just looking for something else. Anyways, AMD is looking weak. I think it's going to go down towards 134. There might be some opportunity here to the downside, like some quick swing, like an overnight swing. Volume to the downside is increasing. You don't have a lot of liquidity towards 134, and you actually have very little liquidity under 134. MACD and TSI are also bearish, and the RSI is also on its way towards 30. So keep an eye on AMD into the downside. Now let's talk about out of all this, let's talk about Amazon. And let me take a note on Amazon really quick. 52, okay. And we're still in price discovery right here, but we continue moving. Like today, we were up 2.5%, basically. A very nice move. You have this tiny flag right here, and now you're continuing going up. It feels a little bit extended, in my opinion, but you definitely have more room to continue going up. You have very low liquidity here, and you're not forming any liquidity under. So I think that you might actually see a little bit of a continuation on this move, maybe towards 215 or so, and maybe you are going to find a pullback, and the pullback is going to take you back either to this level right here, which is 207, or if not, you're going to continue going down towards 200. Anyways, right now I'm not trading I'm sorry, Amazon, but I think if we actually have a pullback towards 200, I would probably jump in and get some more calls. Anyways, that's what I have for Amazon. And let's move on to where are you? If I can find you, ASTS. And interesting move, to be honest. One of the things that I mentioned before is that we actually had to bounce on this critical level 21.3, and we actually did. Then we were under a 35 SMA for a couple of days, and then today we mounted this level, broke resistance at 27.9, and then we came to this level and got rejected right on it at 31. You had let me take a look. Yeah, you had this move towards this level at 31, and then you had a sell-off, and now you're in range between 31 and 27.8. Interesting, coming into earnings. I think earnings are tomorrow, correct? Yeah, tomorrow night. So we'll see what we get there. But I think if earnings for ASTS are positive, I think we're going to move towards 36 or 37 pretty quickly. So risky trade, in my opinion. If you are going long, I would actually leave it alone. That's what I don't know. That's what I would do. But other than that, MACD and TSI don't look bad at all. RSI is already pointing up. You had a quite interesting day. It was way over 14% or 15%. I think at one point it was up 24% or so. So you actually had a strong sell-off. Let me take a look at this again. Yeah, a strong sell-off as soon as you hit the 31 resistance level. Interesting. Tomorrow are earnings, so be very cautious if you are thinking about risking any capital on this name. Now let's take a look at CAVA, and CAVA is looking interesting, to be honest. Let's go to the 5-minute. It was all the way down throughout the day, so you were down. You're actually up 1.57, but you gave away everything that you got after earnings, the earnings report, which was right here. You went up about what? Almost 20%. And then right at opening, there was a sell-off. My assumption is, institutions and investors taking profits. I think that this company, and I've been saying this for a while, is overpriced. I don't believe that this price point at like 170, and even now at 150, give or take, I don't think that's justifiable. Let's take a look at how this what happened after hours. We just took a look at that, but no, this got super slow. Anyways, CAVA, I don't know what happened to my screen, and let's see. CAVA is not looking too good. In my opinion, I think this should continue. This is probably going to continue going down towards this level right here at 26.13 or 126. I'm sorry. Let's move on to the next name, and that is DDOG. And if I could find it, there you go. Anyways, I did mention DDOG a couple of days back because of this range and the fact that we were right on top of the 200 SMA and on top of this level at 121, right under the 35 SMA. I did actually buy some calls for DDOG right at the end of this candle right here, and I did sell today. Now my thesis on this is if we break this range, we're going to continue going to the upside. Now, I did sell pretty much at the top of this candle. Let's go to the 5-minute. I did sell somewhere around this where these red candles were. I think this was outrageous. And at that point, I was like, it's going to get rejected. Might as well just take my money. And then if my fear is, let's go through my thought process. My fear is that now we're probably going to go down towards this level again. And I was like, well, I already made some money, or let's wait and see what happens. Now, if we go down to this level, that's great. If we're retesting, I might get back in, maybe. But my thought process was, why not just waiting until we break this level that we couldn't break today? And this level is at 131. And if we break it with momentum, then I jump in with calls again. So anyways, I took advantage of this move for today. And again, when I saw the rejection here, right on the money, actually, on this level, I was like, I'm out. And it played out pretty nicely, to be honest. Now, let's move on to a name that I completely missed, and I kind of follow this name, but I missed it, and that is Disney. So let's go to the 1 hour. I've been mentioning Disney for a while. I did mention Disney when we were right here on the 35 SMA and right under this level right here. And for some reason, I didn't take advantage of what I was seeing. My assumption is that I didn't take action because I was in some other name. But I like, as I mentioned before in some other videos, I used to trade Disney right on this area. And it was, I did trade it to the downside, and then when we got out of this range right here, I got back into Disney again. Anyways, Disney is one of the companies that has, or that I have made the most money. I think Apple is the first one, Amazon the second one, Disney or Cisco is the third one, and then, believe it or not, HIMS now is within the top 5 of my trades. But anyways, I just didn't see this trade. Tomorrow, I believe, tomorrow earnings. I don't know if we're gonna get rejected or not. I think they're at night, after hours. Oh no, they're before the bell. We'll see what they come. I think if they surprise, we're probably gonna feel this gap, considering the reactions of the market. But for now, I like the fact that we're mounting the 200 SMA. You are right under this resistance level at 102, and again, the catalyst is coming tomorrow morning. And if they miss, there's going to be a massive sell-off, in my opinion. But if they don't, we're going to have a nice move towards 107, and maybe we might actually get into this low liquidity area. So Disney is going to look interesting. It's a little bit overbought on the RSI already. It's not extended on the MACD and the TSI. So this is going to be an interesting play, in my opinion. Let's take a look at another name that I mentioned not that long ago. I think it was 2 days ago or something, and that is DOGS and DOCS. And I mentioned that yesterday, actually. And what other day? Yeah, yesterday. Well, this is losing momentum. Obviously, you have this gap right here. There's low liquidity here, and that was kind of predictable. I think we're gonna continue going towards 44.7. I actually have DOGS in my focus list. This is what I have in my focus list. I only have DOGS to the downside and maybe SQQQ to the upside. That's what I have. My positions right now are Google to the upside. I might actually sell because we're still stuck on that support level on Google, and Microsoft, which I'm gonna mention later on. So those are my positions. I might actually short DOGS tomorrow. Anyways, we might fill this gap. There's low liquidity. Let's take a look at the 4 hour, and I want to see how this behaved. Yeah, it was flat after hours. I think there's a lot of opportunity here to the downside. So your resistance or support level is 44.7. Now let's move on to HIMS. I just mentioned HIMS as far as, okay, HIMS was interesting. I did put this line right here today before we saw this move. So let's take a look at this. Yeah, so I was somewhere, it was pretty early in the morning where I put this line right here, or level. And the reason why I did that was because I'm trying to find some sort of resistance support level now that we are in price discovery. I do believe that we still need some more time to actually see what is the behavior that we're going to have on HIMS. Today was pretty wild, actually. So you had, let's go back to the 5. You had this move pre-market all the way up towards 29. You hit new all-time highs, and then you got, I wouldn't say rejected, but then sellers came in and it continued going on. That the selling pressure continued going on. Now on the 5 minute, you're riding the 325 SMA, which doesn't mean much considering how this name is moving. But one of the things that could be a little bit worrisome is that in a lot of these prior moves, you had sellers stepping in early in the morning, and then buyers coming and reversing the move. We saw the complete opposite today, but we'll see what happens. I think that the fact that we are still in a low liquidity area is going to bring continuous volatility. But one of the things that I mentioned in the beginning of the video while I was checking AFRM is that we might see a little bit of exhaustion as far as buyers, trading the way we were trading, I guess, right after the election results, which is understandable. I think that the best case scenario for HIMS is to stay between 23.44, which is right in this area right here, and 29.7. It's a pretty generous range, but for now, since we don't have enough data, especially between 25.7 and 29.7, that's the reason why I'm considering this this wide range. Another thing that I want to do, I really see very unlikely. Let's get rid of this. I don't like a lot of noise on my charts. I don't think we're gonna go down to this level on 15 or so. I'm actually probably we're not gonna come back towards, unless something really bad happens, towards 17.2. So let's get rid of that. And I'm keeping these areas because, again, you don't know if you're going to have a massive pullback or not. But for now, I think that 23.4 and 29.7 is a decent range, and we'll see how we behave between 29.7 and 25.7. Anyways, going down towards 23.4, I think, well, you're gonna feel that little gap. I just lost my my train of thought for a second. I was looking at something else, but I think that we are definitely, if you go under 25.7, you're gonna feel that gap at 23, and you might actually have a nice area of support. And the reason why I'm saying that is because now at this point you have more liquidity. You also have these candles here that were rejected, and then you broke with momentum after a few tries, I guess. So I think this is gonna look, it would be a good point of, I guess, retest or support. Again, for now, let's just keep an eye on these 3 levels right here. Your resistance is 29.7, and your both support levels of support are 25.7 and 23.4. But I don't know, things can get volatile. For now, it's a little bit difficult, or it's a little bit difficult to really predict how this stock is going to move. But long term, definitely HIMS is something, or is a stock, it's a very decent stock to keep in your portfolio for sure. A lot of people, including myself, have very good, I guess, thesis, fundamental theses for HIMS, and that's definitely a very positive thing. Anyways, those are your 3 levels: 23.44 as a bottom support level. Then you have another support level at 25.7, and your resistance level for now is 29.7. Let's move on to my last name of the day. I couldn't find anything else really that I find interesting. And I'm going to mention Microsoft because I have a position on Microsoft. Anyways, today was interesting, a little bit of a roller coaster. Let's go to the 5-minute. You actually went down as you open, and then as soon as you crossed the 325 SMA, you went straight up, and then you had this little double top on the 5-minute, went under the 35 SMA, and now you're flat after hours, which doesn't mean much. Anyways, I like the fact that we are again over the 200 SMA as we did yesterday, and over the 35 SMA. That's a good thing. Let me, price action is price action, so let me shrink this a little bit. MACD and TSI are showing a little bit of direction. Volume is increasing, it's slowly increasing, and RSI, to be honest, looks, even though it's looking up or pointing up, is pretty neutral. Anyways, that's what I have for this video. Resistance again, 431. Support is for now the 200 SMA and the 200 SMA right here and the 35 SMA. Anyways, that's what I have for you guys. See you guys tomorrow. Thank you. Bye bye.